Squeeze, squeeze her, don't tease her, never leave her. Got the dot, man, 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 got the dot, man. Squeeze her, don't tease her.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the Pub Sports Radio Baseball Show. My name is Jose Bouquet, and of course, as always, joined with the wonderful Andrew Santangelo. How are you doing, Andrew?
I'm doing well, very well. Now excited for the weekend. Made it through another week. Friday is here, and ready for a weekend of baseball.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's definitely going to be a fun weekend. We've got a couple good matchups. We've got big series. I'm pretty excited, They've got some baseball news to go through, and hopefully today, by the end of the episode, if you have MLB TV, you'll know what your favorite teams to watch on there are, because today we've got a little TV guide going. We're going to guide you guys through the MLB TV experience of baseball, give you our top 5 best teams to watch, most favorite, most exciting teams to watch, and hopefully you have a new team to watch if your team is already out of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of good matchups this weekend. I'm excited for the weekend filled with baseball, and a lot of good games to turn to, especially, I know it's early, but a lot of good matchups that could decide how the division shakes up when the season's all said and done. Yeah,
definitely. And it's going to be interesting to see. Like what we said a couple times, the early season matchups right here, they mean a lot now with these 60 games. So, say if the Yankees sweep the Rays, we might talk about that later. That'd be gigantic for them. They'd probably already have the AL East locked up.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but we'll talk about that matchup.
Yeah, we will. All right, Andrew. So let's go talk about some general baseball news before we start off. The Cardinals, they were the talk of the town this last week or so. They had a COVID outbreak. Half their team got it. A couple players, a couple coaches. Today was the day they were supposed to come back. However, more positive tests on the Cardinals has prevented that. And unfortunately, we're delaying again. We've postponed another series. Cardinals were supposed to play who, Andrew? I forgot already.
Cardinals were supposed to play the Cubs this weekend. Another good, fantastic division matchup. This was going to be the first. Today was supposed to be the first day since probably the opening weekend that we're going to have every team playing the same day. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, as you mentioned. Late cancellation today with the obviously with them a couple guys testing positive today, and I read it hasn't been official, but all the players are expected to hear that the weekend will be canceled as well. So it sounds like it's going to be deeper than just tonight. So who knows? And I'll ask you that question: do you think we'll ever have every team scheduled to play in a day play again this season?
Yes. The answer is yes. I think it'll happen again at some point. We have to for the end of the season. So it has to happen.
You're not wrong. I think I've been on here saying I'm not confident in the season ending.
That's fair.
With the champion. So I don't know. I really don't know if there will be. You figure, and the weekend's coming up again, you figure something might come out again after the weekend, and we'll see what happens. But not looking good. You already have a lot of games to make up, let alone a whole nother weekend being canceled. So we'll see what that MLB does.
Yeah. I hope they make the right decisions. Other news. Steven Strasburg comes back this week, Andrew. By the way, Sunday against the Orioles. That'll be a nice boost for that national team who got Juan Soto back recently as well. And then that has you shaking your head, I'm sure.
Yeah, they needed help. Obviously, didn't get off to the start they wanted to get. Braves. I guess you got to add the Marlins now after sweeping the Orioles there, I believe.
My Orioles. Come on, I can talk up your claim, and they failed me. What a shame.
Yeah, so now the Nationals are already chasing those two teams, and the Braves and Marlins. So they need the help. And they're in a good spot. They're getting back this weekend against Baltimore. You figure Washington should be able to take care of business there. We'll see what happens in that series. But no, I mean, even that game, I mean, I know Baltimore got off to a better start than people thought, but I think it's a team you want Strasburg to come back against, where maybe you can test some of his limits and some of his stuff to see if it's moving effectively yet. Just a team that you might be away. You probably be able to get away with a couple pitches here and there more than you would against another team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're going to come back, it's the Orioles and the Pirates are the teams you're going to want to do it against. I just wanted to highlight, I feel like this should be a reoccurring segment until it's not anymore, Andrew. The people that still have not recorded a hit yet for this season. I'll tease it now because I want to do it at the end, but we're gonna talk about the players that have not recorded a hit this season yet, and hopefully we will give them enough pressure to be able to succeed. Andrew, this is the goal of this, you know.
Yeah, definitely the baseball show pressure.
Yeah, exactly. That's how much reach we have, Andrew, if you haven't noticed. But let's talk about our top fives. We each independently made top 5 lists here. These are going to be the most exciting, the funnest, if that's the word. I know it's not. I don't think it is. But the best teams to watch on MLB TV if you're just hanging out, your team's not playing for that night, and you just want to watch some good, fun baseball. Andrew, would you like to go first today?
Sure, I'll start. We're going all 5, or we want to rotate? That way we don't crash.
Crash. Wow. How little faith do we have? Now we'll go 1-1.
A little faith. Well, we'll see. I'm sure we'll collide at some point with some of these teams.
Definitely.
But, I mean, I'm going to start with a team I've been on here talking about a lot. Definitely have looked good these last couple days, and that's the Cleveland Indians. I mean, they just have such a good mix of pitching and hitting all the way through. I mean, you've talked about on here multiple times about Shane Bieber and Mike Clevenger, possible Cy Young candidates. I mean, you can't forget Carlos Carrasco, the way he's come out here and started the season. He's been phenomenal. And they mix it with some pretty good hitting as well. I mean, Francisco Lindor, one of the best shortstops in the league. He's probably not doing what you want him to do if you're an Indians fan, but he's slowly getting there. Carlos Santana, again, another guy that's been around, another veteran, fun to watch. Jose Ramirez, another guy that's been up there before in terms of solid talent, top of the league player, but obviously has dipped down a lot since that year he broke out. So we'll see if he can ever find that way again. But I really like the mix of that team. I know he's not there right now, but hopefully best wishes to him that he gets healthy as fast as possible. But even the manager, I mean, we mentioned it last week or on Tuesday about him being one of the best in the league, and Terry Francona. So hopefully he gets back out there soon, and they're a well-managed group as well. So I got to put the Indians on this list.
Yeah, they were my number 4. Well, I'll talk about them here as well, and if we collide, we'll just interject here. They were my number 4, like I said. I wrote pitching for days because they have, like you said, Shane Bieber, MV Bieber. He might be the MVP after all this is said and done if Aaron Judge tails off or something. But he's definitely as much of an MVP candidate as anyone right now. Lindor, like you said, one of the funnest players in baseball. He might not be performing, but he's still fun to watch extremely. And when the Indians eventually trade him or he leaves as a free agent, that'll be a sad day for all Indians fans. What would you do, Andrew, to have a Francisco Lindor on your team? Can you express that to me in some way?
I mean, I got Bryce Harper.
Wow.
No, what was that?
I said, wow. Bryce Harper.
In all seriousness, I would love for Francisco Lindor. I mean, I don't know. Obviously we had Howard and Rollins and Utley back in the day, but I mean, it's been forever since we've had those guys at the talent that Francisco Lindor is producing. Not even, I mean, right? Francisco Lindor at his prime is probably better than those guys right now. And I mean, I'd do anything for those guys, really. I mean, I haven't seen a playoff game since 2011. So if we could get a guy like that on our team, it'd be amazing. I mean, especially it's an upgrade over what we have. And last year, Gene Segura, and then this year, Didi Gregorius. So I mean, Give me a Francisco Lindor, and he's on the trade market, so maybe something will happen. Gregorius is only on a 1-year deal,
Exactly.
so you know what? Throw the farm system at him.
Good. Okay, I'm glad we got there. Jose Ramirez also, he's back. Andrew, I think he's all the way back. He's back to the MVP form. I've got some stats for you, Andrew. You ready?
He's all the way back. All right, I'll take that.
Hey, you want some stats? I'll give you some stats, Andrew.
I'm a stats person. I love some stats.
So let's talk about. Remember how I told you about ISO, Andrew, isolated power?
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, ISO is a stat that represents a hitter's power. It's just a numbers way to break it down. Excellence in ISO terms is considered 250. My man Jose Ramirez has a 308 ISO right now, 50 points higher than what is considered excellent. His BABIP right now, his batting average for balls in play, is 333. His WOBA, weighted on base average, is 430. That's ridiculous. You want to know what all these things? His 2018 season. These are his numbers for that season, the season where he was almost the MVP. His ISO was 282. His BABIP was 258. 258 compared to 333 right now is ridiculous, by the way. Small sample size, but still. And then his WOBA was 391 from a 430 right now. I mean, it's a small sample. We're about like 2 weeks in, I think, now, Andrew, for the season. But man, Jose Ramirez, he's back. It looks like he's back. Maybe all he needed was a rest. That MVP season, it all caught up to him one season. Now, I guess he's back.
If he's back and Francisco Lindor can get back to what they expect from him, that offense, man.
Yeah. And like I explained the other day, WOBA, excellent is 400. If you're at 430, and that's crazy. It's just ridiculous. So I'm right there with you. The Indians are a great team to watch. Even if you don't get to catch them on a Shane Bieber start day, their whole starting staff is fun to watch. So it's good. That's a good pick right there, Andrew. My number 5, Andrew. Are you ready, Andrew?
All right.
The Philadelphia Phillies. Let's go. The Philadelphia Phillies are my number 5 team.
Wow.
Here's why. Here's why. The Phillies, as I've been told many times, they have zero bullpen. They don't. They just simply don't. So once you get past the starting staff, anything can happen with the bullpen. So if they have like a 5-run lead or whatever, they're going to give it up apparently. So you can watch it because you know something's going to happen when that bullpen's coming in. It'll be fun to watch. They've got the brand names like Harper, Real Muto. You've got Didi Gregorius, who everyone in New York loved, and now everyone in Philly loves, I assume. There's always there's always something going on with the Phillies, and just Philadelphia as a whole.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, you got the Yankees complaining now about our fans.
Of course.
even there's no fans at the stadium.
Yeah, good, yeah.
But no, yeah, if you want stats, I'll give you stats real quick on what happened in that Yankee series. We just got done a 4-game series. Jose mentions the bullpen. The starting pitchers in those 4 games, 21 innings, 6 earned runs, an ERA of 2.57. The bullpen, 11 innings pitched, 14 earned runs, and an ERA of 11.45.
14. Not what you want, Andrew. That is not.
And I just remember the game you had money on. I was waiting for them to blow that game. That first game.
I knew
the first game of the doubleheader. Go into the 7th inning, 11-3. And I think you texted me or something about being in good shape or whatever. I'm like, be careful. And all of a sudden, the tying runs at the plate were on deck circle before the Phillies finally shut that door down.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I'm glad. My man Hector Neris is his
Yeah,
name?
Hector Neris. Yep.
Yeah, he got the save yesterday too. Almost blew that, but he got it.
Man, he gave me that. That was a heart attack too. I thought that ball was gone.
Yeah, I hated to see the Yankees lose, Andrew. I really did not want to see that.
But no, Phillies have a great offense. I mean, the offense is a lot of fun to watch. Starting pitching is fun to watch. Bullpen, as a fan,
and that's the best part about it. The games will always be close.
That's true.
Or if they're already down, then you can see the other team go off. I don't know.
Well, unfortunately, breaking news: Phillies, due to rain, have been just postponed.
What a shame.
Doubleheader on Sunday. Go watch your 7-inning doubleheader on Sunday.
Yeah, 7-inning doubleheaders are fun though. They're fun. I like the 7 innings now. I'm in. Are
you in for this year, or you want 7 innings next year?
I'm in for this year because I just like seeing Trevor Bauer goes 7 innings, complete game, and I think it's hilarious. It's very funny. All right, Andrew, your number 4 team.
My number 4 team. Let's see. So I didn't really put them in order. I just wrote them down.
That's fine.
We'll go Padres.
Number 4,
Hey.
San Diego Dads.
We got a nice young team, up and coming team. I think I forget what you said at the beginning of the year. I said it'd take them a year before they turn into that true contending team to get into the playoffs. Got off to a really good start here this year. We'll see if they're able to maintain it. But obviously, a great young prospect at shortstop and Fernando Tatis. The pitching staff is.
Talk.
What's that?
A lot of face of baseball talk for Fernando Tatis.
You think he'll get there?
I listen to a variety of baseball podcasts, and that's what they're touting, and I'm kind of surprised by it, to be honest, because I don't know if it's just like a really inside baseball like Twitter thing, like you just have to follow the right people because apparently everyone's talking about Fernando Tatis, and the timeline blows up whenever he does anything. But like I don't feel that. Like I don't feel like he's that popular yet. But he is on his way, of course, and I love watching him. I think he's incredible to watch. I watched him in Double-A here. I was like, I have to tell you at least once an episode, I guess, now that I was the bat boy for the Padres Double-A team here, and he was here along with a couple other people that are up there now. And he was literally the best fielding shortstop I've ever seen in my life, like live. Like it was just so ridiculous. And he sucked at hitting first here. And it was just, I guess, the change from going to whatever league to Double-A. And then it took him like a month, and he just started just crushing balls. And then he's really like a lethargic guy when you around the clubhouse. He doesn't really like show that much emotion. But when he gets on the field, it's just like all uncorked. And he's very fun to watch. He's a gigantic human. He's fast. He hits home runs. I have the Padres at my number 2 team.
Okay.
I think you were going to mention the pitching staff is electric. You have Chris Paddock, the giant man with the Texas Cowboys hat. You can see him take his starts. He looks great every time. The flow. He's a very electric pitcher. I love watching him pitch. He's one of my favorite pitchers to watch, too. Behind him, you have Donaldson Lumet, who still has a 0 ERA, I believe. Still hasn't given up an earned run this year. Throws gas. It's great to watch. He pitched against the Dodgers and diced them up recently, which was incredible to see. That was really fun to watch. Trent Grisham is really good for them right now, along with your household name of Manny Machado, who not many people like me, this guy right here, but he's a good baseball player.
Yeah, I'm hoping Machado can eventually get back to what he used to. I mean, to me, he hasn't cut it for San Diego. I mean, to me, he's nowhere near what he used to be when he was playing for Baltimore. Maybe it's because when he was with Baltimore, he's the only guy really on that team, so maybe he was looked at like that big-time superstar. But, I mean, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he just doesn't seem anywhere near it. Like, it's not even like, to me, he's close to what he was in Baltimore anymore. Like, the way he played last year, and he's only hitting 200 to start this year through a handful or 13, 14 games. I mean, are they ever going to get near to what he used to be? Because you can't tell me with that money that they're paying him like that's the production they want.
The cynical side in me says that he's already got his money and he's good. He's just gonna hang out. Like, and
he seems like that kind of guy too. That's what worries me about him. Like, he doesn't ever really show emotion in the game. Really, he just seems like he goes up there and does what he wants to do.
Yeah. I feel that, and he's not a very well liked guy, but. It's kind of funny that Fernando Tatis has been up there all of like a half a year now, if you want to total it all, and that's firmly his team now. That's his team. That's like just built around him, and I think Manny kind of likes that because I don't feel like he likes to be the guy anyway. So, but yeah, I love the Padres too. They're one of my favorite teams to watch for sure. Young talent everywhere. The pitching's fun, and they have a good bullpen too. Kirby Yates has been kind of shaky this year, but he's was the best closer of baseball last year, probably. Would you agree?
Yeah. Okay. Him or Hader. I mean, he's definitely top 2.
Yeah, Yates was great, and then they have Drew Pomeranz as their
out of nowhere.
Yeah, It pisses me off so much. He's a setup man now, and he's doing great. Excellent. He's throwing hard. He's throwing a good curveball again. It looks like he was back when he was a starting pitcher making the All-Star team with the Padres. The Red Sox, literally in 18 innings of baseball in the World Series, they would rather have Nate Eovaldi, whose arm was almost falling off, were pitched in that game than Drew Pomeranz. He was the only player not to play in the World Series in that year. And now he's incredible.
What could have been? What could have been?
He's incredible now. It's great. So shout out to Drew. Sorry. But he's really fun to watch too, and I love this team. So they were my number 2 team. So thanks for.
How about? I mean, I don't know if he'll be able to keep it up for the whole year. But it seems like the resurgence in Will Myers. That guy's playing out of his mind right now too.
Yeah, Will Myers, former superstar prospect on the Rays. I've always liked Will Myers simply because he hits with his no batting gloves. Really, that's you
don't see that in the game.
You don't, and he's been bouncing around position to position every year, and it looks like he's finally settled in. I think he plays the outfield now because Hosmer or whoever they have at first base. But yeah, I like seeing Will Myers out there. Good for Will. Good for Will. I'm glad to see it. My number 4 team, Andrew, is the team that everyone hates. The Houston Astros are now my number 4 team. Are they on your list?
They're not on my list.
Good. I'm glad they're not.
I'm not putting cheaters on my list.
Well, the whole thing is, Andrew, it's a good hate watch. Everyone hates the Astros, you know? Everyone's like, oh, fuck Altuve, all this stuff. Good. Say it. Now watch them fail because their top hitters are all hitting sub 200. Altuve had a great game, I think yesterday. 3 for 4 with a home run. So he that might be the thing that finally gets him out of it. But they've all been performing poorly. Their pitching is not good. Their pitching is simply not good anymore. Verlander's out. I've never been a real big Greinke guy. The bullpen's been decimated again. So, I mean, they're liable to blow games. They've got the offense to keep them in games. And if they lose, you'll get to love to see it. So.
Yeah, that's true. I had a feeling you were going to go that way. They're on there because of that, how bad they've been struggling. But also to me, they've been in the World Series how many times recently? They've been one of the best teams in the league. It's time to pick someone else to get behind and start watching. I mean, we've all seen them enough in the playoffs and everything. So a lot of good up-and-coming teams in my eyes that kind of surpass the Astros on teams to watch for me. But, yeah, I mean, they got guys like George Springer, Altuve, Bregman. I mean, they got names out there. So.
Struggling, too. It's funny. It's real funny.
Struggling. They are struggling.
Springer.
But, I mean, they'll turn it around.
Injury right now, apparently. So, you know, the phantom wrist injuries just to try to get out of it, I guess. You want to hear a gambling story, Andrew? 2 gambling stories.
Absolutely. It's yours.
So I bet on the Astros recently. I bet on them in the high-scoring affair they had with Arizona recently. They were up 4-0. I was hanging out. I was like, you know what? We're good. Astros can't blow a 4-run lead. Who are we talking about? The Arizona Diamondbacks proceed to score 9 runs in 1 inning and just hammer them. Absolutely hammer the Astros. So that was brutal to watch. It really bothered me greatly, just immensely. And then number 2 happened, I think, yesterday. I don't know if I told you this, Andrew. So I made a get-out-of-jail bet this morning or that morning, and I won. So I was feeling good. So I was like, all right, let's just bet the Twins. It was Twins-Pirates. And it's like the 3rd inning or something, or 5th inning. And the Twins were up 4-3. I was like, Twins got this. No problem. This is easy. They score an extra run after I bet them. I'm like, we're fine. I take a nap. You know, I'm tired. I'm not going to watch the end of this game. I take a nap. They score in the 8th inning, 5-4. And I wake up. I look at my phone. Pirates win 6-5 off that walk-off the other day. The worst team in baseball beating the best team in baseball. And Taylor Rogers, their closer. I'll never forgive him now.
I watched that game. You did not tell me that you put anything down on it. But no, I was watching that game, so I'm very aware of what happened.
Yeah, it really hurt my feelings. Really,
I mean, they got a good team. I mean that bet made sense. I can't fault you for throwing that down. That's for sure.
Hey, thanks. Number 3 team, Andrew.
Number 3. I don't know where I want to put them. Well, since you just talked about them, we'll throw them at 3. I got the Minnesota Twins at 3.
Okay.
Again, this team, everyone loves power in this day and age. Everyone always says home runs make baseball for kind of average fans. So if you want to see home runs, go watch the Twins. I mean, they hit home runs for days. They're just filled with power throughout that lineup, from top to bottom. A lot of young guys too. It's not even like they're all old veterans at this point, but they're led by a nice veteran in Nelson Cruz. It seems like that guy's going to continue to hit for the rest of his life. I mean,
it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I would have never predicted this.
Like, the guy's 40 years old now, and all he does is just continue to get up there, look like he's 20, and catches up to anything you're going to throw at him.
And just the easiest swings, and he'll just smack 2 singles and a home run and call it a day.
Yeah, it's unbelievable what he's able to do. And again, it doesn't stop there. Josh Donaldson, one of the biggest offseason acquisitions, he can hit. Marwin Gonzalez, nice utility guy. He can field all over the place, and he'll do damage. Miguel Sanu, he'll hit some home runs, but he's not much of an average hitter. And then they got some good starters, not all where you want them to be at times. It doesn't seem like they got any consistency right now from them.
Even better for more runs.
But but even without the consistency, they're still a lot better than what you're going to get on other teams. So I got to throw the Twins in this list.
Okay, I like that pick. They're not on my list, though.
Okay.
Not on my list. I appreciate it, though. But we talked about my number 3 already with the Cleveland Indians, so shout out to you. I'll go to my number 2. Actually, we talked about my number 2 already, too, as well. Damn, you're taking all my picks. All right, go to your
I thought you said Indians were 4. Yeah, I'm 3.
I had Phillies Astros.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So then I had.
So we're going to your number 1 now, or do you want me to go?
No, you go, please.
All right.
Because we talked about my Indians. The Padres were my number 2. So yeah.
So all you got left is number 1. Well,
yeah,
I might take it. We'll see. I don't know.
Please, yeah, you probably will, but we'll see.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. My number 2, I guess we're on, right? Yeah, number 2. See, I don't know which team I want to put number 2 and number 1.
Do it. Pick one.
Well, we'll keep this. We'll keep this team 2. Is the team I picked to go to the World Series, Oakland A's. I mean,
not on my list. I love it.
This team's another team. A lot of fun. Honestly, they're still winning games right now at a really good rate, even with their top guys struggling. I mean, Matt Chapman's only hitting 196. Olson's only hitting 190. Chris Davis is only hitting 185. Marcus Semien, he's only at 179. Their top guys aren't even hitting above 200 yet, and they're still finding ways to win games and winning the AL West out there. So once these guys get going, this team is going to be a lot of fun to watch. Again, offense pretty good top to bottom, very good defensive team as well, which you don't really see all around from teams. And then pitching, they got some solid pitching on that squad as well. So I think Oakland A's. I'm honestly kind of surprised you don't have them on your list because you always talk about the young guys.
Yeah, I love the A's. They are a fun team to watch, and I want to be a little different than you, even though we're obviously not. You've taken a bunch of my favorite but I did not put the A's. I love their pitching. I love Jesus Luzardo. Sean Manaea threw a no-hitter against the Red Sox, so he's very good. The 18 Red Sox, for that matter. So I love that team. So it's going to be interesting. Boston Nick tunes in. He asked us who we got tonight. Andrew, you want to make a quick pick on a baseball game real quick, Andrew?
Yeah, let's pick a baseball game. Is there any specific game you want us to pick?
Boston Nick, if you want to throw a game in there specifically, but I'll tell you my parlay of the day, Andrew, because I send you this every day at least. I didn't
get one today. I was surprised.
My 2-team baseball parlay of the day. You shame me for this, but I'm a big man and I'm willing to do this. I'm taking the New York Yankees tonight against the Rays. They're only minus 105. I have them at minus 105, which is pretty crazy for me to see the Yankees at only minus 105 since they're such a big team. They're playing the Rays. Blake Snell's on the mound versus Tanaka. I think that's a more even matchup than people think. I'm not very high on Blake Snell. I've never been that high on Blake Snell. And to be honest, I mean, I think the Yankees bats have been just so red hot that Blake Snell might get shelled here. And Tanaka, I think he can do the job. The Rays offense isn't that good. Martin Perez shut them out for 5 innings. If Martin Perez shut them out for 5 innings, then so can Masahiro Tanaka.
Hey, that'll be a good game. I mean, you know my feelings on the Yankees. I'm not ready to back away from that.
Okay, well, do you think they win that game?
I'm going to take the Rays in that game.
Okay, all right, good.
Yankees are traveling from Philly to Tampa there.
Home field.
I don't have much faith in Tanaka.
All right, good.
I got more faith. I got more faith in Snell than it sounds like you do. Game just got underway, so right, we'll see what happens.
All right, good. Well, the second half of the parlay is the Toronto Blue Jays against my Boston Red Sox.
That's just wrong. Huge violation. Huge violation.
The shocking, the thing, my jaw was dropped. Ryan Weber is on the mound for the Red Sox today. Almost a 12 ERA, Andrew.
11.57.
The Red Sox are favored against the Blue Jays with Tanner Roark on the mound, who has a 1.8 ERA. That is just blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind to see that, and I was shocked. So definitely taking the Blue Jays and Yankees today, probably together. It's very nice. I think it's like 3-1, to be honest. So
yeah, we can't just go off that. I mean, you got to look up maybe the Red Sox got really good numbers against Tanner Roark. Maybe they're gonna maybe they shell.
They don't have good numbers against anyone this year, Andrew. I promise you. They did.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. A huge violation. You could be 0-161 in a normal season. You still don't bet against your team in that game 162.
Boston Nick wants us to talk about the Dodgers team total over. I'll look it up right now. But Andrew, they play the San Francisco Giants tonight. Andrew, who do you think's going to win that game? And give us some analysis on the Dodgers real quick.
I mean, you're going Jeff Samardzija versus Julio Urias. Huge advantage there.
Yeah.
Huge advantage for the Dodgers in this game. Just looking at the pitching matchups, not even the hitting. But, I mean, to me, there's no way the Dodgers lose this kind of game here. I mean, the Dodgers hitting top to bottom. We've been going over some of the other teams here on our list. But there's just no hole in the Dodgers lineup. I mean, you go from Mookie Betts, you go from Cody Bellinger, 2 former MVP winners. We'll see which one kind of beats each other out for the best season this year. Justin Turner's one of the best hitters for contact in the league. He proves it every year. He's always up there and fighting for the batting title by the season end. Will Smith, one of the better prospect players in the game, catching wise, if not the best currently in there. So yeah, there's just no hole. I mean, in this team, and we mentioned it before. Even if a guy goes down, they're well suited depth wise, where they just throw the next guy in. So
you want to take a guess at what their team total is for this game? What do you think?
Their team total?
Yeah.
Jeff Samardzija. Let's go. We'll go 5.5.
Oh, wow! Right on, 5.5. All right, yeah, I take the over on that for sure.
Yeah, I'm going the over on that as well.
Yeah, that seems honestly pretty easy. I was kind of shocked it wasn't until like 7. To be honest,
yeah, we'll go with it's gonna be like a 8-2, 8-3 Dodgers win.
Yeah, for sure. So there you go, Boston Nick. Take the team total over in the Dodgers. 5.5 seems pretty light.
What's the game total? Do you have that?
I think it's 9. Let me pull it up again. But yeah, it's 9. It's pretty crazy.
I'll still go. Yeah, you gotta go over on the game total as well.
Yeah, if
9. I mean, if the Dodgers are gonna get over, the Dodgers get over 5.5. That's 6 right there. Yeah.
Yeah. So Nick, you should. We have given you the Pub Sports Radio baseball show. Team total over at 5 minus 145 is pretty good. I take that. Like I might have to, Nick told us that he bet both. So shout out to you, Nick. Let us know how that goes. Throw us a tweet, and if we lose, then we apologize. It happens. All right, Andrew. Your number 2 team for your most exciting was. Can you remind me again? I believe you said it. Right?
It was the Oakland A's.
Yes, the Oakland A's. Correct. All right. Cool. I'm glad we got that. Do you have any more Oakland A's thoughts for us?
I think I got them all in. I mean, you hit it. You hit it spot on the pitching, and again, once this team figures out the offense and everything, and they actually get their actual top players to start hitting the ball better, I mean, this team will be fun to watch and very tough to beat.
Hey,
So
I agree with you. So, all right, let's talk about my number one team. My number one team, Andrew, is the Chicago White Sox.
wow, never saw that coming.
The Chicago White Sox, Andrew. I love watching this team. I don't know why. They're always on my TV screen every night. It's great. They've got good to great quality starting pitching. However, let's start off with some Lucas Giolito talk real quick. Lucas Giolito, his walks per 9 up 4.6. It was 2.9 last year. Home run to fly ball rate, 13% last year, 25% this year. BABIP, 306 this year, 273 last year. I'm a little worried about Giolito. However, this contributes to more offense. He throws the ball hard. He's still one of the better pitchers. He is the best pitcher on the staff, undoubtedly. I love to see that. Nick Madrigal, their young superstar second baseman, who does not strike out, allegedly. There's this whole big thing in the minors that he's a great contact hitter. He's on the IL right now, unfortunately, but he's a great prospect. Eloy, Luis Roberts, all those guys have been looking great. I'm excited to see them. Edwin Encarnacion is on this team, who everyone in New York, like I said, loved him. He's a fun player to watch. He's one of your 40-year-old men that his dad strength and hits home runs. It's really incredible to see. And I really enjoy both watching this team. Dallas Keuchel, great. What do you have, Andrew?
Sorry, I sound like you're finishing up. I agree. I like this pick. This is a very solid pick. I did not see coming. I know we both talked about how much we like their offseason moves, making them probably contenders. I'll be on the list of games to watch this weekend. Huge series this weekend. But I've always liked watching Jose Abreu. He's always been a guy I always tuned into and thought he's a fantastic guy to watch. And obviously, Yasmani Grandal, he's another guy they got in the offseason. Really good. And I've always been a big Alex Colon fan. I think he's a pretty good closer there. He was a guy I thought was good. I thought he was going to get moved at the deadline last year. I ended up staying and stayed for the better here.
Hey, good. We have another comment from our man Boston Nick MMA. He says Oakland minus 125 money line, Andrew. They're playing the Houston Astros tonight. I thought it was kind of crazy to see them favored that high. Zach Greinke versus Chris Bassett on the mound today, Andrew.
I like Oakland in this game. I really do.
Really, it's in Oakland as well, obviously. So that's a good matchup as well. I kind of like the Astros, to be honest, going into it. But please talk me into the Oakland A's.
Well, first off, I mean, you're picking a team that you just said you don't like Zach Greinke. You never had much faith in them, so now you're gonna have faith. You're gonna have faith in them to beat a really good team.
That's accurate. Good. That's a good point to start off.
So that's good. First off, you're picking a guy you have no trust in to go out and beat a first place team right now.
Okay, hey, you sold me, Andrew. You're telling me you're working. All right.
Oakland's a very hot team right now. I believe they're on what 4 or 5 game win streak now.
6.
Is it 6 now? Okay.
6.
Yeah, so right there, 6 game, which we already know how much the Astros have struggled.
Yeah, 2.4 wins per win. So 6 times 2.4. A lot of wins in the regular season.
And I mean, at this point, Oakland's pitcher, he's been really good.
Chris Bassett has like we said earlier. Let me pull it up again. Sorry to interrupt you, but he has a .93 ERA in 9.2 innings pitched, 12 Ks, compared to our man Zach Greinke, 5 ERA, 9 inning pitch, 7 hits, only 6 Ks. So K9 for Chris Bassett, 12 Ks in your 9 innings and only 1 walk.
And I was gonna even say, even if people want to make the argument, it's just a young season. Obviously not a lot figured out. He only had a 3.81 last year too, and 10-5 record in 28 games. So obviously you got the job done there as well. Again, you got a struggling pitcher here with the Astros. I think he'll make some mistakes tonight. And then again, I just think Oakland's the better team right now, and they're playing like it. So give me Oakland at home.
Okay, good. All right. Well, there you go, Nick. We agree with you there. He also says the Astros haven't been hitting the ball ever since they got caught cheating. Knowing what pitchers are coming, beneficial. Who would have thought?
Not me.
Who would have thought? All right, Andrew, your number one most exciting team to watch this year, Andrew. Please enlighten me.
I mean, compared to yours, it's going to sound kind of weak because you went out and picked a nice surprising team. But I'm going to pick a team we already talked about, and that's the Dodgers. I mean, I feel like I always got them on. I mean, how can you not want to watch the Dodgers game? I mean, you turn that game on and you got MVP candidate after MVP candidate. You got Cy Young candidate after Cy Young candidate. You got a former top closer in the league. I know he struggled a little bit since then. But, I mean, how do you not want to watch this team? Like, it's – especially with some of the matchups they get in the West, like Dodgers, Rockies. Rockies are on a tear right now. Dodgers, Giants, obviously a storied history rivalry. Obviously, Giants are struggling this year. But Dodgers, Padres, we already put the Padres on this list. So on top of a fantastic team, they just got fantastic matchup after matchup in a year like this as well. So to me, I was surprised you didn't have the Dodgers on your list. Not that they were number one, just overall, I was very surprised you to put them on the list because again, they just got talent like crazy.
Yeah, you know, when Dustin May is throwing sinkers that
oh my gosh,
run into people's back hips. Like, that stuff's ridiculous. I love watching the Dodgers play. You're right. I probably should have had them on the list. Maybe I'd bump off the Astros. Maybe I'd bump off your Phillies for those teams. But, you know, the Dodgers are everyone's pick. I knew they were probably going to be on your list. Mookie Betts, who would have thought? Fun player to watch. The former MVP.
Not the Red Sox.
Yeah, you know, who would have thought? The former MVP, Cody Bellinger. I mean, Clayton Kershaw starts are must-watch television every time. Must-watch. Regular season starts. I mean, I know he's had his playoff demon.
Oh, stop it!
But you know,
he would have had the World Series if it wasn't for you know who.
I've come around to the conclusion that he's the pitcher of the generation. I mean, better than Scherzer, better than Verlander. I understand that they've had the postseason success, but if you just look at the numbers. I don't know if he's still. I think last year or the year before might have been the first season that this didn't happen. But every year he was in the majors, his ERA got lower, which is insane.
That's why I was really surprised this morning when I texted you about when I was watching MLB Network when they went through which pitcher would you take in your prime. I was like, where did Corey? Like, you know, I'm a huge Corey Kluber fan too, but I was like, where did Corey Kluber come from? Like, how is Kershaw not in that list?
No, Corey. I'm sorry, Corey. I saw you play and pitch in the World Series, Corey. I don't want you in high leverage games, my man.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, they had this question on there this morning. In their prime, which pitcher would you take to win an elimination game in their prime? If you could put it in their prime season. And it was Verlander, Jacob deGrom, and then Corey Kluber, and they left Kershaw out. So I was surprised they didn't throw Kershaw in there and they had Corey Kluber. I was interested to where that came from. Not one of them even thought about Kluber. Just to let you know.
Yeah, crazy. Who was it again? Corey Kluber.
It was Corey Kluber, Justin Verlander, and Jacob deGrom.
All right, I'm putting.
So let's switch out. Let's switch out Kluber for Kershaw. Who are you taking? Kershaw, Verlander.
Well, again, we said that this is a must-win game.
They said it.
Oh, I mean, Andrew, we've seen the track record. I'm sorry, Kershaw. We've seen it. If I this is for my life, you know, I don't want Clayton Kershaw on the mound.
That's fair.
Does your answer change?
I'm sticking Verlander.
Yeah,
but I think Kershaw makes it tougher than Kluber.
Yeah, right. Kluber. Who the hell do people think they are? There's so much disrespect on fucking Clayton Kershaw. But if you're in the chat, please comments on wherever you're watching. Clayton Kershaw, Justin Verlander, or Jacob deGrom. I put and instead of or, but whatever. Please, who would you want on a mound? Game 7, whatever scenario you want. We said Verlander, but you know, we could be convinced. Who knows? All right, Andrew. Your number one team was the Dodgers. I'm glad we had fun with that. Hopefully, you guys go take a peek at your new favorite teams to watch. I guess Andrew and I will be particularly have an eye on West Coast baseball tonight with our Oakland A's. Our Oakland A's tonight, and our Los Angeles Dodgers. So it's gonna be fun.
What? Yeah, it's gonna be a fun weekend. I think they probably purposely did it, but a lot of division matchups, which make it a lot of fun matchups this weekend.
Yes, let's talk about these division matchups. Let's close the show with talking with about the best shows, the best games.
We're the best show.
Yeah, the best shows of the weekend, guys. I want to watch episode 1 of the New York Yankees versus the Tampa Bay Rays tonight. Blake Snell versus Tanaka. We mentioned it earlier. I've got the Yankees. You've got the Rays here. You want to hear the rest of their pitching matchups because they're very.
Let's go for it. I'll pick the series.
We've got tomorrow Garrett Cole versus TBD. But Andrew, let me tell you right now,
if TBD is scary.
If they don't put Tyler Glasnow in this pitching matchup, I am going to be furious.
Okay.
Glasnow Cole, game 2. Oh, yes, I need that. I need that in my life immediately. And then game 3, Paxton versus Charlie Horton. This is a great series. These are 3 great pitching matchups. This could be a playoff preview, and I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah.
Who do you have in this series, Andrew?
Give me the Rays in this. Give me the Rays in the series.
Woo, let's go.
Rays Friday night, Yankees Saturday, Rays Sunday.
Okay, I'm picking the Yankee sweep.
Sweep?
Yeah.
Man. That's no love for the Rays. That's
no. I think the Rays will win one game. I think it'll be the last game. I think Charlie Morton goes down because Paxton sucks. I think it'll be 2-1 Yankees. But I think Aaron Judge hits a home run tonight, and the hype train continues. Maybe Mike Stanton throws a home run in there too tonight, gets him the win. Tyler Glasnow comes out after 4 innings of work against the Yankees tomorrow. Cole goes 7. And that's just how it is.
I will say, I think the most impressive thing from the Yankees after playing them this past week was that bullpen. That bullpen was pretty good. That was better than I thought. I will say that.
Annoying. It is just they just bring out these random dudes and they all can just throw like 99 with movement. It's so fucking annoying. It's crazy. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. The Yankees, great team, I guess. Well, I guess we'll call it. You don't agree? You don't agree?
Nah, I'm feeling they're great, I guess. I mean, you know my feelings on the Yankees. I don't know. I'm not as high on the Yankees as a lot of people are. I'm not.
Hey, fine. That's fine by me. If you want to be the Yankees pessimist here, fine. You know, I won't look biased. My Red Sox fandom makes me a hater no matter what. By the way, top second 0-0 in that Tanaka Snell game so far. But we got the Yankees down there. Let's talk about the next series, Andrew. Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Atlanta Braves versus the Phillies. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, a huge series. Phillies need
gigantic series.
Phillies need at least 2.
Yeah, this is the battle for first place.
It depends how you look at it, I guess. Marlins are technically, I don't know how the win percentage.
Hey, we'll talk about the Marlins. We'll talk about them.
Marlins got that locked up right now if you go by win percentage.
Hey, we'd love to see that. Shout out to the Marlins. But yes, I've got the Braves Phillies lined up here. Pitching matchups are, I don't really understand what they're doing with the pitching matchups. I just get a TBD wherever I look.
Well, it's all thrown out of whack now with the game tonight getting postponed.
So are we getting a doubleheader tomorrow then, probably?
We're getting a doubleheader Sunday.
Sunday. Great. Good.
Sunday.
I'm excited.
Phillies are going to have Jake Arrieta. He's going – well, he was supposed to go tomorrow. We'll see if they go Vince. Vince was supposed to go tonight. We'll see what they do there.
No.
It hasn't been announced, but Spencer Howard is expected to make his MLB debut on Sunday.
Who's that?
What was that?
Who is this man? Who's Spencer Howard? Please enlighten the people because we all don't know Philly's prospect, unfortunately.
He's our best pitching prospect. He's highly rated around the league as well. Very excited to see him pitch. A lot of fans wanted him to start the year, but they were going with the service year thing that the Cubs did with Chris Bryant and a lot of other teams do. So we had to wait 7 games to call him up. So now with an option with the doubleheader we just faced, it's expected to have him pitch on Sunday. Hopefully we get to see him. But yeah, and then on Monday,
could you compare him to another pitching prospect that's come up recently?
I'm not good with
the hype level.
I don't know. I'm not good with comparisons. I don't know.
Is he more hype than like Ohtani pitching when he first started pitching?
I see the fact that you don't know his name. I'm going to say no. I mean, I'm going to sit here and say yes because I constantly hear about him every day, being following all the Philadelphia news. But I'd say
Nate
he's
Pearson?
expected to be a low end 1 or 2 starter.
So is he better or is he more hyped than Nate Pearson on the Blue Jays?
I'd say around there.
Okay, all right.
I'll
tune in. I'll tune in now.
Some people think he's going to be better than Aaron Nola. I don't know if you're an Aaron Nola fan. Some people think he'll be better than Nola. Some people don't. So he's got very high expectations of the Phillies.
Okay, good.
Let me know. Let me see if I can find a quick MLB comparison from.
Well, let me know when he's pitching because I'll be excited to see it. They've got the Braves. It's going to be a tight series for the battle for number 1. You need all those games you can get. Next series, we're going to go with the Cleveland Indians versus the Chicago White Sox. I think you mentioned it earlier. This is a very, very important series for both teams. They're going to try to catch up with the Twins, but the real battle for second place, this is probably going to be it right here. We've got Bieber versus Giolito on Sunday. I don't really need to say anything else.
That's not. Give me the Indians.
Okay.
Hey, Bieber's not losing. that.
All right, fair enough.
This is a 3 or 4 game series.
I believe it's 3. I didn't write it down, but I think it's a week.
By the way, I predict the Phillies split. They're gonna split 2-2. But the White Sox. Well, we'll go Indians 2-3. We're going Indians 2-3.
3-1 Phillies.
Hey, I hope you're right. I can't. I picked 3 against the Yankees. Did
that happen? Did you win 3?
No, we won 2. We should have won 3 because Aaron Nola pitched outstanding, but the bullpen came in and blew it.
Of course.
That's why I can't. That's why I can't go 3 again. I just when I'm watching that bullpen come out there, I just can't pick 3 games. But hey, obviously I hope I'm wrong. But go back to that White Sox again. This is going to be 2 fun pitching matchups, 2 fun hitting matchups. I think the White Sox might have a slight edge in the overall bullpen. I think Colome's a little better than Hand right now. Hand's kind of seems like he's struggling a little bit. But overall, I'm going Indians, 2 out of 3.
Okay. I'd probably agree with you as well. Indians 2 out of 3. This is a big checkpoint for the White Sox, though. I want to see the young talent do something here. I need to see a Yohan Moncada. I need to see a Luis Robert do something there.
Yeah.
Last series for me, Andrew.
Okay.
We've mentioned it. We have a bet on it now, apparently. It's Giants Dodgers. I like both teams here just because the Giants have been scrappy. They've been a fun team to watch as well. They could have been in the top 6 if I would have had the top 6 for the MLB TV thing. Mike Yastrzemski is the best player on this team. He's extremely fun to watch. His last name needs to tell you everything you need to know. I mean, he's a great guy. And then, of course, you said the Dodgers are the funnest team to watch in baseball. These are 2 heated rivals. I think the Giants can take 1 from the Diamondbacks, from the Dodgers. But I think the Dodgers ultimately win, of course, the series.
I agree with you. Giants still won. We saw them split to start the year, 2-2.
Yeah. And we're still
they somehow did that, and like you said, Giants are just so scrappy. They're finding ways to win games, and they'll get one. They'll get one.
Johnny Cueto versus Clayton Kershaw in this series. That's like a 2015 all-star pitching matchup right there.
Yeah, only if you could get that 2015 Cueto. I mean, I would.
Do you have any more series you want to talk about? Because I'm about to take this in the left field real fast.
Yeah, we didn't do this one. I'll go one more. Let's go with the big series out in Oakland. Who do you got winning that series? I mean, we kind of touched on the importance of it, but
I mean, I can't get behind the Astros pitching. I just can't. I mean, pitching is so important. Pitchers are still ahead right now, but the hitters are catching up, of course. But I mean, I think there's a higher. This is going to be kind of weird to say. I think there's a higher likelihood that the Oakland Stars that haven't really broken out yet break out. Like Matt Chapman and Olsen have been starting to hit home runs in the bunches, but Simeon hasn't hitting sitting for average yet. And I think those guys come out of their slump before they're out the Altuves and Bregmans and Springer, who might be out for this whole series. Who knows?
I agree with you. I think A's win the series.
All right, good.
I'll say, can you believe Baltimore early 4-0 lead on Washington?
Hey Andrew, what did I say at the beginning of the year? The hangover, man. The World
Hangover.
Series
Yep.
The World Series hangover. Let's talk about some random news bits. The Marlins are 6-1. Andrew, do you believe? Quickly, yes or no? The Marlins, the real deal?
No.
Okay. I was just wondering. 6-1. Andrew, it's pretty good.
I need more than 7 games.
Okay, fair enough. What would it take for you to buy in on the Marlins?
Let me see real quickly. Let me see what they got this week. But if they take care of the Mets this weekend, and then can go out and who they got.
I kind of like the Marlins today, to be honest. They're playing. I think it's Walk on the mound for the Mets, and of course they don't know. I don't know who the fuck is on the mound for the Marlins, but
honestly, I'll say if they take care of this weekend or this week from this Friday to when we do next Friday's show, or to the end of next weekend as well, that'll show me something. They got the Mets and the Blue Jays and the Braves. So if they survive that, let's say, and those they only got 2 with the Blue Jays, so 3, 2 that's 5, 8 games. If they can go 5-3, 6-2, I'll be surprised, and maybe I'll get behind them a little bit.
Okay, good. We'll see if Miami Nation stands up. I'm excited to see it. So here's my quick left field thing, so we can wrap up the episode. I was bored last night or a couple nights ago, and I was getting in. I want to watch all these World Series highlights again because I forget like what happened and everything. And I was watching the Mets, Kansas City Royals World Series highlights. Have you watched that in any capacity recently?
I have not even a highlight, to be honest.
Yeah, well, you're a Phillies fan, so I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't watch any Yankees World Series highlights. So,
I mean, the Mets lost that one, so
yeah, they did. They did, in fact. I thought it was funny because I was like, yeah, Syndergaard or DeGrom probably was the number one. All this stuff. Do you remember who the number one starter was that year?
The Mets?
Yeah.
It's 15. It wouldn't have still been RA, right?
It's Matt Harvey. Matt Harvey comes out game 1, dominates game.
Wow.
Dude, dominates game.
I was never high on Matt Harvey. So
I was never high on him either. Yeah.
I forgot about him.
I forgot too. Dominated game 1, and to make this topical now, he's in the minor leagues with the Royals right now. He's in their minor league camp, and apparently
I heard he's actually looking good.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, so the Royals have now taken him after that World Series. I love to see that. I think the biggest stars on that Royals team were Hosmer, Moose, and then like Salvador Perez. And I was like, man, those 3 guys were dominating baseball in October. I was like, I can't imagine that now. It's crazy. and then I was like, it's only like 3 or 4 years ago, or I guess 5 years ago.
But it's crazy how fast these guys can change.
Yeah, and especially when Edison Volquez, I believe, was one of their starters. I can't remember. And then Cueto was there. Cueto was really good this year.
What, Ian Kennedy still been a starter then?
Ah, man, I don't remember. See, this is what happens when we get into these randoms. It's good. Matt Harvey constantly high. Shout out to Boston Nick. Matt Harvey was lived up the New York life. Matt Harvey is definitely one of the New York superstars that let New York, the party life and all that stuff, take over him. And I respect him. So shout out to Matt Harvey. He lived it up. I hope he comes up and pitches for the Royals this year. I'd love to see it.
But, the way that team is going, he very well might.
He might, yeah. But I just wanted to share with you that I was like, damn, Matt Harvey pitching game 1. And then I think it was game 3, Noah Syndergaard. The first pitch to, I forgot who, I think it's Alcides Escobar to the Royals. Behind Alcides' head, basically, to start the game. So he makes a statement there, and then his second pitch is like a curveball that just like buckles, and it's like, okay, I missed this. Where is this Noah Syndergaard? What happened?
Did you retweet that or something? I feel like I remember seeing that recently.
Yes,
okay.
That's why I'm bringing it up. Yeah, it was really badass, and I miss Noah Syndergaard, and that's the beginnings of me saying that I would love Andrew to see Noah Syndergaard in Boston, because God knows the Red Sox need pitching.
I just put up the Royals starting pitching that year. Oof. They got some names that It was Edison Volquez number 1,
Mm-hmm.
Ventura 2.
Yeah, Ventura was good. Ventura's throwing like 100 consistently, and his arms are as big as mine. And I'm a frail human. And I was like, oh my god, and where did he go? What happened to him? I have not heard his voice or name or just anything since that World Series.
Let's see. Real quick, Jeremy Guthrie 3, Danny Duffy 4, Chris Young 5, and then obviously Johnny Cueto was the midseason acquisition. But he hasn't pitched. Ventura, talking about Ventura, he hasn't pitched since 2016.
Wow.
I don't know.
The Royals in that year, I assume?
Yeah, he was Kansas City his entire career. He had a 4.45 ERA, 11-12 that 2016 season, and
he blew it all.
I guess. Man, the bullpen, Greg Holland at closer, Wade Davis setup man.
I mean, that was it. That's when bullpens became cool. When you could have Joaquin Soria, I believe, was in there, Greg Holland, Wade Davis.
Well, just listen to these starters ERA that year real quick. 3.55, 4.08, 5.95, 4.08, 3.06, and then 4.76.
And they all shoved into playoffs, too.
And that team somehow won it all. And even their bullpen ERA, their closer was a 3.83. Like, that's not even special for a closer.
I bet you if you looked up their playoff stats, it'd be stupid. It's just ridiculous. But we can do that another time, you know.
Yeah, we'll say that for Tuesday.
Yeah, well, I'll look up another World Series highlight and just randomly bring it up to you at the end of the show, I guess.
Okay.
But it was fun, Andrew. It was fun. Do you have anything to plug before we head out of here?
Twitter is AJ_Santangelo. Check me out there, or another podcast, Philly_Sports Now. True TRU_Philly Sport, and then Chasing the Pennant, which is at ANYP Phillies.
All right. Well, Andrew, again, thank you as always. It was a great show.
Thank you.
No, Andrew. Thank you. Andrew, thank you. Boston Nick MMA, we hope you win your bets. I'll definitely be keeping an eye out on your bets. What did we have, Andrew, again? It was a team total.
We have the Dodgers over 5.5, and we have Dodgers Giants total score over 9, and then Oakland over Houston tonight, I think. I think that was it. We need to keep track when people ask us for that kind of stuff, how well we actually help the listeners out.
Well, Andrew, the issue is we need to just to do a gambling segment at the end of the show, I guess. We'll give everyone our picks, and it'll be a good time, you know. I'm excited to see it. So we'll do it, Andrew. We'll do it. Figure it out. Now, so Tuesday, and also we need to I think we need to move up our show time, because I'm starting to realize that, you know, all of these games start after this stuff, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Shout out to Nick. He's plugging his stuff. I'll give you a plug as well. He's live tonight, UFC Breakdowns. It's going to be great. Go watch him at Odds HQ. And he is Mr. Fatfist on Twitter. Mr. Fatfish is a good Twitter name. Respect to your Twitter name. So, again, thank you as always for everyone listening. I appreciate it as always. We'll catch you guys next time. Andrew, I love you. Don't forget that, Andrew. Don't forget that.